Interpreting differs from translation in several ways. Firstly, it is spoken, and it is a spoken translation of a text produced and prepared by the speaker. And normally, interpreters will have to produce the interpretation once, which leaves very little time for revision. The profession can be used in all sorts of settings. So the major difference mode of interpreting at the moment are conference interpreting and community interpreting. Conference interpreting, as you would see in the film like The Interpreter, where Nicole Kidman played the leading role, is an interpreter who works as simultaneous interpreter in the booth, who normally work from other working languages into their mother tongue. And so in the UN, in EU institutions, or in big organizations, if they need to call a big meetings comprising various audience, mostly multinational, multilingual, they will use conference interpreting, and they will hire a team of interpreters to work for them. And the other setting which interpreting use a lot is community interpreting. In the UK, we call them public service interpreting. It is used widely in society to support people of various language needs. For example, a Pakistani granny going to a doctor who doesn't speak any English. Then quite often, the doctor's surgery would call an interpreter to help the granny to understand what's going on with herself and what the advice from the doctor. Or in the police station, when a suspect needs to be interrogated who happen to speak very little English, and at this time, they will call an interpreter to help as well. So we can see interpreters are used in very different settings and different mode. And the other mode of interpreting which used a lot is consecutive interpreting, which means that when a speaker gives a speech for like 10 minutes, an interpreter will take notes and then re-deliver the speech in another language. This is used a lot in high-level meetings, press conferences, or national statements given by sort of countries and big organizations. And liaison interpreting, on the other hand, is used, as I said, in community interpreting. So the interpreter will have to work both ways for the doctor and the patient. And you work into Punjabi for the granny, and you work into English for the doctor, and to facilitate the communication in between. As a discipline, interpreting, academic discipline, interpreting does offer a lot of opportunities for people who are interested in this area. For example, the power relation in community interpreting. How do we make sure the participation of interpreter is not affect the communication between the patient and the doctor? And what is quality interpreting? And more and more research are coming up on pedagogical issues for interpreting training. So there are many more that I don't have time to cover them here. But if you're really interested in becoming an interpreter or engage in language professionals, make sure you choose a good training schools. For example, they will provide you with professional training led by practicing interpreters and translators. And also, you will need to learn or the basic skills of consecutive, simultaneous interpreting, and then you will need to know how to network and how to go through the procedures to become a professional interpreter in the future. And I hope this talk is very useful for you. Thank you.